Hi, I'm Katie and I am mum to Caleb, who has just turned 2. Caleb is my first child and I was giving a high chance from screening of 1 in 47 at my 13-week scan. I then went on to have the non-invasive prenatal testing, or the NIPT, which at the time I was told was 99% accurate, which I've since found out is actually not as accurate even as the standard screening. But from that we got a 95% chance result that Caleb would have Down syndrome. And then after that result I did opt for an amniocentesis at 16 weeks just to find out for definite that he did have that extra chromosome or not. I chose to go for the amniocentesis because the few weeks of limbo of not knowing for definite whether he had Down syndrome or not was actually a lot harder to deal with than the actual diagnosis. So for me, I felt like I had to know for definite whether he had it or not. So I had an aunt who had Down syndrome, and when I was at primary school there was a girl at my school also who had Down syndrome. So I've grown up around Down syndrome and I kind of know what I'm dealing with and what the day-to-day life is like. And I knew that most people lead pretty normal lives like the rest of us. They get a job, they get married like Heidi and James, and they can even go on to be actors and actresses like Sarah Gordy, and even excel at physical activities like Chris Nickett, who has just completed an Ironman, which is a huge feat considering I can't even run for the bus, let alone complete an Ironman. I was offered a termination, but I chose to continue my pregnancy. I did consider having a termination, but my thoughts at the time were, what would I do? Would I just have termination after termination after termination until I ended up with the baby that I wanted? And was that fair, really, on all the previous babies? If I got a high chance of Down syndrome again after a first termination and decided to keep that baby, was the first baby's life not worth the effort? And my answer to both of these questions was no. I couldn't do it. The baby that I was pregnant with was worth it, and I felt that I could deal with it, I could cope with it. Okay, our lives might be a little bit different to normal, we'll just take the scenic route to get to where we need to be. Caleb was born without any health problems. He doesn't have a heart problem, he doesn't have a bowel problem, he doesn't have any physical abnormalities. Okay, he might be taking a little bit longer to learn to walk. He's just turned 2, he signs to communicate to me. He is like no other toddler really. He still throws tantrums, he finds things hilarious, he loves his food, he's very curious, and he enjoys lots of things that any other normal toddler would. You can't predict the future of a typical child, so why should you predict the future of a child with Down syndrome?